Now it's time to exercise quite a lot on those hills. The hills are not very light, they are not very hard, they are just right for my type of skill at the moment, and they are perfect for practicing. I will go on those hills and try to control the bike on the uphill, on the downhill, make a couple of rides and see how the bike behaves, how much power do I actually need when I climb that hill, and after that I will try to turn the bike on a hill. First we're gonna try on this one. This is let's say perfect for start. We're gonna try on this one. It's I don't know, I cannot appreciate, it's about 10 degrees, 15 degrees. That one maybe has 20, 15, 20, I think 20, 25, and this one has about 15, something like that. And we're gonna try to turn the bike uphill, because I've encountered in my trips a lot of situations with luggage, with the bike loaded, and it was quite difficult to turn it. I didn't have proper skills. I saw some videos about the technique, and I will try to implement it. I will try to practice and see how it comes. Let's go. All right, let's get on the bike and practice some uphill, downhill and hill turn. All right, first of all, let's make a recognition lap. First, let's make a recognition lap and try to see what's in front. All right, on this downhill, you can just leave the bike on its engine brake. I have set my engine brake to 2 out of 5 for the moment. I will make different approaches. Now let's approach this uphill. We have 25. I have traction. I need traction for the rear wheel. Some people even recommend sitting when uphill to give more traction to the rear wheel. You need to have a perfectly balanced body on the bike. You need to be one with the bike and be able to transfer the weight on the rear. If you transfer too much weight on the rear wheel, then you lose the front and you can eventually go backwards, or you can even rotate yourself backwards. All right, what's next? Let's check it out. This one seems okay, the downhill, but the uphill seems quite steep. We're gonna give it a try anyway. It's grass over there. Let's try it. Okay, I think we need more power. We need power here and traction. Come on, the bike, it's all right, 16. You don't need to sleep the rear wheel to be more dramatic. You just need to climb. You need to fulfill the purpose. And here when we are on this top, let's check out what's happening down there. I don't see anything. In this situation, I think it's better to check what's in front. I could go and check it on the bike, but imagine you are on a steep downhill and checking the track on the bike. I don't think it's quite safe. So I'm gonna turn with my technique learned on the previous episode. It's okay. I saw it. I've inspected the track. What I would like to do is I don't want to push too much the front brake. I just want to, control the bike. I can go downhill with the previous technique learned on the previous episode by making balance on the bike downhill. It's much easier than you think. I've slipped also the rear. The rear is slipping if you press it too much, and you can lose control. Only the front, it's you see, now I'm out of the track somehow, and try to somehow, maybe it's better to sit on the bike. Let's give it a try. If I sit on the bike, yes, I feel more stable. but somehow I'm exposing myself. Now I don't need to brake because if I brake too hard, the surface with this grass, it's slippery. I can feel the rear slipping, and it's slipping on the right side. I will try to go down here. Okay, the back is slipping, and try to control the gravity. I try to use the gravity in my advantage. What we have there, check out the uphill on the left, but we're gonna climb back. We're gonna turn here. All right, let's climb back and go where we came from. And we need some power here to be able to, no, but let's see how much power we can even climb at low speed, if you can imagine, if this speed is controlled. So I'm not using the clutch, but I having a constant speed, but now I think I need more traction for the rear, and I think I need more power. Okay, and it's done easily. Yes, okay. Good. You need to play with it, you need to exercise, man, because the surface is changing, and it's changing even depending on the moment of the day. So at this downhill, I rather leave the bike go by itself, because there, you know, I don't want to push the rear wheel too much, otherwise it got spin and it can be unbalanced. I just want to leave the bike with the engine brake and use the rear. You know, if I'm pressing the clutch too much, then I don't have the engine power in my advantage. So I prefer to leave the bike in its engine power and then approach the other uphill. Let's go. The rear is slipping. I don't have enough traction on the rear. Now when I'm sitting, I have better traction for the rear. Okay, good. Let me put myself in the second gear. Let's give it a try, because I'm using too much the first gear and I'm putting too much pressure. I think the second gear will be even much more gentle with the throttle and the response, and will help me. Now it's easy. I know the track. When you know the track, you know what to expect. I just leave the bike to roll in its rhythm, you know. I don't need to accelerate or nothing. I just leave it and then use the momentum to climb. Let me tell you what technique I'm gonna use for getting more grip out of the rear wheel with my legs, my ankle down, and transfer the weight to the rear much better. I'm actually moving my feet to distribute the weight back and forward, especially backwards when I'm uphilling. All right, here I just need to leave the bike in its own rhythm. If I'm pressing the clutch, I'm not using the engine brake. The engine brake will not work in my favor, and I need to prepare for the uphill in front. Check it out. Then I need to distribute my weight to the ankle, to the rear wheel, and go. You know, I have a decent speed. Okay, I should have been more constant on uphilling. On this uphill, I should have been more constant. I stopped the acceleration. I stopped the rhythm somehow. Okay, and here I need again to use the technique of slow riding. Maybe it's useful now. I'm gonna use this technique of slow riding. When you ride very slow, the rear wheel is not slippery anymore. If you're riding slow, if you're pushing it and chopping it too fast, then it will slide eventually, and it will unbalance you from the bike, even throw you out of the bike. Whew. Yeah, it's very satisfying, man, when you feel in control on your bike, on your own bike. It's very satisfying, because I'm learning by myself, and I highly recommend you to give it a try. I'm very happy that I can share my experience and encourage you to try to go out and learn by yourself. It's very possible. It's possible. I think we can climb easy. Let's give it a try. I'm transferring the weight. Let's transfer the weight. The hill, it's becoming steeper on top, which is normal, but I have traction. I have traction on the rear. I have traction on the rear. I feel okay. The traction is there on the rear, and this gives me confidence. So you see how important is it to transfer the traction, to transfer the weight to the rear wheel for traction. It's very, very important, and it's a matter of you're climbing or not the hill. This is a... And now I will give it a try with the harder engine brake. Let me change a little bit the settings, because I would like to see with the engine brake engaged to full. So I have 1, 2, okay, so I have only 3 engine brake let's say positions. So 3 engine brake settings, and I'm gonna use the hardest now and check it out. I'm gonna leave the bike in its own rhythm, in its own momentum. I would like to see the engine brake. Okay, it's decent, but it's not wow. All right, and now I need to give it some power. I feel the rear, it's spinning a bit. Maybe I didn't distribute it too much weight. Now I do it. Okay, I need the second gear. I need to learn also to change faster the second gear when sitting up with this motocross boots. It's also a challenge to ride with them. I'm in a second gear now. I'm gonna leave the bike, roll, keep my balance. All right, it's okay. My hands are very relaxed. My hands are very relaxed. And now I put some power, traction to the rear, and okay. Whoo. We're gonna give it a try and see how much speed do you actually need when hill climbing. We have these 2 or 3 small hills. We have the one over here, and we're gonna give it a try to see how slow and how fast can we actually climb one of those hills. First, of course, we're gonna try slow, in the slow mode so to speak. I think it's possible to just climb a hill very gently, very precise, and with a lot of traction, and to feel confident. You don't need to show off by spinning the rear or by accelerating unnecessary just to make some dust behind you. I'm a beginner off-road rider. That's why I'm practicing and make these trainings for myself. I'm the first one which I benefit from these trainings, and of course I will share it with you. You might ask yourself, why are we doing this slow or fast hill climb? Because there are different types of surfaces. We have this kind of surface which is with grass. In the morning it was even a wet grass with the soil. You might want to have sand, perhaps you're gonna have mud, you're gonna have gravel, which you saw what happened with the gravel at the Adventure Riders Challenge in the previous videos. So I'm gonna give it a try and see how to approach this type of hills with speed. Which is better actually, with speed or by very slow speed? Let's give it a try and see how slow can we actually climb it. All right, let's approach the hill, and we're gonna approach it first time very slow, but very slow. When I mean very slow, I mean at a limit. I don't mind just having a constant speed and climbing this hill. You're gonna see my speed here on the tachometer. We have now 6, 8, and we see how much speed do we actually need to climb it. I'm gonna transfer to the rear my weight, and we're climbing with 10 kilometers per hour, even less, 9, 8. Okay, we can hill climb with very low speed, 6 kilometers per hour. All right, But if we had mud here, of course this was never been possible with mud or with the gravel, deep gravel or sand. This was not even possible. But on this type of surface, you saw we were able to climb even with 5-6 kilometers per hour. Let's give it another try. All right, downhill is not an issue. We don't want to go slow, so let's go here and try to use as low as we can, as low speed as we can. We need to work with the clutch here quite a lot. So 5 kilometers per hour, 4 kilometers per hour. It's even lower. Let's try even lower. Yeah, I just wanted to push it to the limit to see how low can we go with this. I have to say that the standing position is very helpful on keeping the balance on this type of exercise. It would have been very difficult. You can want to check it out. Okay. You don't want to force yourself. See? Okay. A standing position with the weight transfer, it's much easier on this one. And of course, you see, even 3 kilometers per hour we manage even 3 kilometers per hour to climb this uphill. Let's go and change the surface. Let's go here. Let's try on this surface. Check out the landscape. It's not bad for a place very close to my hometown. You can see my hands are relaxed on this downhill. I'm with my toes to the foot pegs and I can access braking and everything. So let's go from the bottom. Let's go from the bottom just to check out also the angle of this hill, just to keep in mind. All right, so look at down there. All right, we make left and we're gonna climb very slow, but very slow, working with the clutch and also engaging the throttle very gently and keeping the balance. I'm keeping my bike very tight with the legs, have my hands relaxed to be able to use my energy, because I don't want to lose my energy, man. Maybe I'm going to a remote area for 400 kilometers. If I'm exhausting myself on this type of uphills, then I will not be able to continue the road. So we can check it out. Slow speed, 4 kilometers per hour. It's possible. It's very possible. You can also use the gravity by riding somehow on an angle, on a 45 angle. You can approach the uphill on an angle, not straight. You can use this technique, not going straight on the uphill, but use a little bit the angle and balance the weight of the bike on the right and left side according to your angle position, left and right. So yeah, use your weight, use the bike's weight, use the gravity. In one word, practice. Practice and practice. Let's check out this view. You know, riding off-road gives you the possibility to, you know, to enjoy more the nature, the landscape and everything. And now let's try use some speed. The same track, we're gonna use some speed with the weight distribution on the rear. Let's see the effect. Oh, good. So I've noticed a lot of rear wheel spinning. Thanks to the tires, the bike kept its place, but the wheel can bounce. The wheel can bounce, can unbalance you, or can throw you out of the bike, can somehow you know, put out of the track you and your bike. Let's give it a try with the second gear. Let's give it a try on uphill with the second gear and see how it behaves. Let's check it out on that uphill. Second gear with a high speed. Oh, of course, very good stopping power from the tires. Let's give it another try with the second gear. Why we are using this slide power of the rear on this dry surface? Because we would like to be prepared when it's mud, when we need more power. When we have mud over there on a hill, then we need a lot of power. The rear wheel is it's slippery, and we need to slip the rear wheel. Now we can slip the rear wheel in a dry, controlled environment on an uphill, on a perfect weather, and we give it a test to see how can we control the bike in a perfect conditions, and then react when we have some worse conditions or mud or everything. Then it will be quite challenging. That's why let's give it a try with the second gear. Let's give it a try, a power uphill with the second gear, with the center of gravity lowered. Yeah, it was okay, but quite risky at this high power. It's quite risky. Why to risk sliding left and right when you can actually uphill very decent. Let's try a power climb also here. On this very soft soil, the suspension, it's working perfectly, I have to say, but it's very soft. The surface is very soft. How do we use this power climb from zero, from the hill itself? I don't think we can accelerate too suddenly. Let's give it a try. Okay. Oh, good. I love the sliding on the rear, I must say. Looks more dramatic. Yeah, from some angles I'm gonna look like a professional. Yeah, you know, this gives you a lot of satisfaction. You can check out our track is here. We leave our mark to this field with this power accelerating, with this power uphill. Let's see how can we do it. Ooh. 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 So guys, this was the hill climb, this time on this type of surface. The next time I'm gonna give it a try on different other surfaces, like perhaps gravel, deep gravel, sand, mud, different types of surfaces. It was very important to have a starting point, regarding the surface and regarding my safety, because I would like to ride according to my skills at the moment, try to learn in a controlled environment, so to speak, and give it time for developing the skills. So this was it. Next time, who knows, we're gonna try some mud, we're gonna try turning uphill, perhaps on gravel. So different type of surfaces. It was important to have a beginning, so next time we're gonna increase the difficulty.